What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm going to be doing another full house cleaning to test vacuum performance. And today I thought I would feature my Electrolux Epic Series 6500 SR canister. I got this for pretty cheap. Originally I wasn't on the market for a canister because I honestly am more of an upright guy. But what got me to get this one was, yeah, I got it cheap, and two, the Epic Series was one of those Electrolux style machines from the mid-90s, and looking at it, it's essentially a canister version of my Electrolux Epic 3500 SR upright. So I thought, you know what, why not? 20 bucks, let's see what's wrong. But if something like this, and we all know how much these things are going for on eBay, I'm thinking for only $20, is there something wrong with it? And there were little bits of things wrong with it. The first one being is, get this, the bag was completely full and the motor kept shutting off every time I turned the vacuum on. So I figured, you know what, it's probably a full bag, let's replace it and see and go from there. So I replaced it and test all the functions. The motor turns on just fine, the power brush works like it should, the headlight on it even works. So I honestly feel like everything checks out great on this vacuum. And today it's going to be its first initial test run. And because everything on this seems to be in good condition when I got it. The cord's in good condition. The rewinder works pretty good. The only thing this thing would need is it needs a post filter. So for the time being, I am running this without a post filter. It still does work. In fact, most of the canisters back then didn't use post filters, so I think it shouldn't matter too much. At least there's not as much restriction, so this thing will be performing at its best. Right here you have this oddball, I'm not too sure whether this is a suction control valve or anything. I set it on full because maybe that'll give me full suction when cleaning. And so let me go ahead and show you the bags this thing takes. Uses Electrolux style C bags. This is a generic DVC branded HEPA cloth bag. And it is brand new. Nothing's been picked up in it. Well, a little bit of dirt here and there because I was testing the function of everything just to see if the vacuum turns on, and luckily it does. So now let's go ahead and set this guy back up. Ooh. This is a little bit rough around the edges, and it definitely could use a little cleanup. But everything else on it looks fairly good. There's not a tear anywhere in the hose that I can find. There were a little bit of kinks in it, but luckily I was able to straighten most of them out. So it performs at its best. I can definitely tell you the hose doesn't look to be original because the upper wand assembly would have been dark gray to match the rest of the machine, so this is probably a replacement. But anyway, now let's go ahead and put this guy to work and see how much this thing picks up. So let's go ahead and give this thing a first test run. Very nice, quiet sound. Motor sounds pretty healthy. Now let's go ahead and try the power brush. Now let's go ahead and take a minute to examine carpet lines. Definitely makes beautiful carpet lines, these Electroluxes. And keep in mind, the brush roll on this, I think I forgot to show you, but this is, I don't believe to be the original brush roll. This is the newer style W bristle brush roll versus the original V bristle that these normally would have came with. This is the same style brush roll that I have in my 3500 SR upright, which I'm led to believe that that one's a replacement too. But these definitely groom the carpet very nice. The bristles are nice and soft. They're very long and pretty dense. And they groom the carpet very nice. Agitates pretty good too. The only thing I'm definitely not used to with these, because this is my first time owning a canister version of my upright, is the back wheels on these kind of push downwards and kind of move outwards when I push forward on the power brush. I don't know why this is. I'm guessing it's so it's easier to push on thick pile carpeting. I got about a medium pile plush, but this thing can tend to pop wheelies on me when I'm not really into doing such, which it does tend to lose a bit of airflow and grooming pattern when doing this, because not even my upright does this, which I kind of like it. It grooms a little bit better because of that. But it does clean pretty nice, I will tell you that. Let's continue on. right, so right as I'm done making the video, look what decides to show up in the mail. Yep, I bought some attachments for this. I know they're not the correct color. It's kind of a mix match bit of colors, but there's a crevice tool and a more dusting brush with the original converter, so it hooks up to this style hose. I went for these colors simply because it matches the replacement white and light gray color that came with the hose. But other than that, let's go ahead and see what this thing picked up. I'm going to take the hose off real quick, pull out the bag, and see what this guy picked up. I know this is probably not going to give you the best look, but if you look deep down in there, there's quite a bit of dirt that was pulled up. And this is about a week's worth of dirt. So yeah, I'm fairly impressed. So this thing has quite some power for a canister. The only thing I'm not used to this, but this, however, this is my first time using one of these. I'm not really fond of the rear axle setup on these power brushes. How, see, the back end kind of likes to push down and the power brush pops a wheelie. Maybe it's just something I have to get used to in my years of ownership of this thing. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this cleaning video and full house cleaning of the Electrolux Epic Series 6500 SR. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.